Greetings everyone. I am a big Star Wars fan. I was one of those children in the playground when the film came out and blew my mind at the time, and as a result, like a huge number of people at my age, Star Wars is one of my favourite films. So naturally enough, I collect postcards. And if you go on eBay and put in Star Wars postcards, you come up with thousands of options because there are so many cards that you could collect. Loads of postcards of Darth Vader, who's probably the character that appears on more postcards than any other Star Wars character. I think the only one that might give Darth Vader a run in is Princess Leia. She also seems to be very, very popular. And obviously Darth Vader had his black suit of armour, for want of a better name, but if you didn't want Darth Vader, you could perhaps have a Stormtrooper. There was lots of characters: C-3PO, Han Solo, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, the titular character from the first film. Lots and lots of modern postcards, but there are not too many that are contemporary to the film's release. It wasn't until after The Empire Strikes Back that postcards really started taking off, and it wasn't until the late 80s, mid to late 80s, that postcards really took off in a big way in the modern era. So postcards from the earlier period, 78, 79, 88, 82, are relatively uncommon. So if you can come across any, they're well worth picking up, and they're quite often they're unusual. I prefer a more unusual card to a standard issue one, something that perhaps people have overlooked because they didn't realise it was a Star Wars card, because it primarily might not be. And my postcard from my collection for today is one that is not actually a Star Wars card to the majority of people, but for me it most certainly is. And it's "Greetings from the Chinese Theatre, Hollywood, California." Now, the Chinese Theatre is a famous location for premieres down through the history of movies. I have actually been here and visited and seen the footprints and the handprints that are in the concrete slabs outside the front of the theatre, and I've stood outside the front. And I bought a few postcards when I went. I went in 2018, but this is a much older card. And the reason why this one is in my Star Wars collection is because look what film is being shown. Star Wars. Not Star Wars A New Hope, because obviously Star Wars was just Star Wars when I first saw it. I mean, a lot of people originally saw it. It wasn't named as Star Wars A New Hope till quite some time later. I couldn't resist this when it came up in auction on eBay. As soon as I saw what the film was that's been shown at the theatre, it just had to go in my Star Wars collection as a very unusual Star Wars card. It was distributed by Mittock Publishers, which is located in North Hollywood, and it's copyrighted to Plastichrome. Plastichrome printers of quite a lot of American postcards, and also postcards here in the UK, or postcards that were sold here in the UK. And you quite often find copyright Plastichrome. It's in the bottom in the centre. I'll show a reverse side image of this in the gallery. This is postcard P331272. It's actually printed in Boston, but as I say, the card is from North Hollywood, and they were the people who actually distributed. And in the stamp box it says an official Mitok product with their logo. Text on the reverse side reads, "A fabulous structure representing an Oriental pagoda, internationally famous for its brilliant Hollywood premieres. This theatre attracts thousands of tourists daily." And I can agree with that, because we were just one coachload of tourists that turned up and they were wandering around the area. But if you're a Star Wars collector and you want something unusual, try and find that card, because it is a cracker. One of my favourite Star Wars cards, just because of how unusual it is, and you just don't really see this type of unusual approach. But a lovely card. The people in the bottom, handprints, bits and pieces. Shirley Temple, I obviously know. She was the child actress from early black and white films. Edgar Bergen. I don't know who Edgar Bergen is. I think that might be, I think the other one is Charlie Chaplin down the bottom there. But Shirley Temple is the only one that I can see that actually I recognise. But it's a film related card, not just because of the Star Wars being shown in the billboards across the top of the entrance, but obviously you've got Shirley Temple, you've got the handprints and the footprints at the bottom, which are famous in that area. But what a lovely card. Shirley Temple one is dated 1935, so those have been done for decades. Very nice card. Superb Star Wars card from the very early days of Star Wars, and in that respect it's actually quite an unusual one. Good luck hunting this one down. That's it for this one. A single card showing, but a really nice card. So as always, till next time.
Postcards from Mars, they hit my door. Tiny aliens asking for more. Writing comments like a cosmic tour. I found stardust scattered on my floor. Nighttime skies like kaleidoscope art. Quicksilver dreams.